Well, some projects are just difficult. I don't like the way this fits against the top of the stainless steel bottle stopper. So I'm going to fix the profile on this, maybe change this. I may even make this straight across. I think I'm going to do away with this little shoulder I have here and just make that straight. And then for up here, I have accidentally sealed in some of the polishing residue or something, maybe the sanding residue from when I sanded the CA glue, but I sealed it in trying to get more coats, and not only that, I sanded through the CA glue on the end slightly. And I won't be able to show it to you, and it's so subtle in the camera, but I can see just a slight little bit of grain showing through the CA glue on the end. So I'm having a lot of difficulties with this. I didn't like what I did with the glow-in-the-dark powder, turned that through, fixed it, changed the profile. I really like the way this looks. It's beautiful, but aesthetically I don't like the way I see a little bit of white here, and that could be glow-in-the-dark powder, I'm not real sure. And there's a little bit of residue in here, so let's play with this, change the profile one more time, and try. I may turn all of the CA glue off and use a completely different finish. Okay, going for more of just a real simple design, and this design is going to be easier to put this next finish on, and I'm going to sand this real well. I may even go back over it. I feel a couple of ridges where I need to fine-tune the profile where it's a little high right here, but I almost turned out the little white spots I was talking about. I have to hit this area right here just a little bit and bring this around some more, but I'm hesitant to, because I don't want to kind of screw up what I have. So I may, instead of doing that, since I've turned all the CA glue off, I may just kind of just slightly dig this out with a sharp object. It's just a tiny little bit of white residue. Here's a quick tip. If you don't use the tailstock of your lathe to hold the end of your tap straight and perfectly true to your workpiece when you tap to thread through your bottle stopper mandrel, you will not be able to take this off, look at it, and put it back on, and do this very many times, because the process will cause your blank to be untrue. And this is especially the case if you have to put a spacer in, like I am, to put a chamfer right here where it'll meet up properly with the bottle stopper. So it's very crucial that you use something like this with the center tap, that you can put the point of your live center in to cut your threads. Alright, catch up on what I've done. Put a spacer in and cut a 45-degree chamfer to where to meet properly against the bottle stopper. I did go ahead and change the profile slightly to try to get past the CA glue and what was left of the little bitty sanding residue that had sealed inside. And I think I did that. I even kind of picked out a little bit with a pocket knife. So I have a different type of sealer, but first let's sand it. Okay, so we're sanded to 320 grit, and I'm going to clean this up with alcohol the best I can, just to open the pores and get all the sanding dust out the best I can. Alright, so for anyone that has watched any turning videos on YouTube, or personally turned any items for any period of time, has seen this. This is nothing more than beeswax. Now I know it's all about personal preference and what you're going for. I would have, in the beginning, I would have liked to have had the CA glue finish properly applied to this thing. These bottle stoppers, when you get to this size, it's almost too much for CA glue because you get into working time with the product and you get into what you're capable of doing, and it's kind of I could have pulled it off, and I was having trouble though, but I was having trouble getting enough layers up and knowing how much I put on everything to not sand through, and I ended up sanding through two different times. So I'm really enjoying this kind of this I don't know, for lack of a better word, this organic feel that I have going on with this thing. And it's going to be tall, but I wanted to preserve as much of that pretty wood as possible. A friend of mine was good enough to give this to me. The 45-degree chamfer really added a lot to the character at the base here. That straight edge knifing into this wouldn't have looked proper because there is a chamfer on the actual stainless steel itself. So the 45s really match up well. They make kind of a knife edge in there and look really nice. So there it is. It's finished. The proportion wise, I think it's about right. It could have been a little shorter. I mean, it's just all about what you're going for, what you want. I mean, think about it. This is going to be down in the bottle. This is all the way up to here. So I mean, this is you know, half my hand. So it gives you something to get a hold of, and I like that. The sugars of the wine and everything, if you're in there very long, will cause these to stick anyway. So kind of need to get a little leverage on them. So everybody, let me know what you think of this. Cherry, spalted cherry wood, Burl on stainless steel bottle stopper. Thanks for watching.